I'm not late. It's everyone else's fault. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. All you nerds on Discord. How's it going? What did you want something from me, Smint? By the way, we fixed the game. I don't know if it was about that, but we fixed the game. I can play it. Yeah. Not when you asked, but Arrogance has solved it for me, which is why we were talking on Discord at the start. I can play with a controller. It's a fighting game, sir. You want to play a fighting game with a keyboard? With mouse? You want to do the joystick motions with a mouse? Play with a fight stick? Sometimes I think I should buy a fight stick, then I realize I have no money. That's basically it. That's the whole progression of that idea. I do have a variation of it. Sometimes I think I should buy a wheel and pedals for a racing game. Then I realize I have no money. It's a variation of the same idea. Yeah, that's a really expensive controller. How much is a PSVR? 400?
What is this truck? Are the vampire hunters here?
So Smint, I don't know if you're waiting for me for that event that can be done in co-op. I've done it, because I don't even know why co-op helps there. I feel like they add co-op to the events that don't need it. For whatever reason. But I can help you if you need to. If you need help, anyway. I thought they were attacking.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
I have a lot to do, Dr. Reed. If there's something you need, ask. Otherwise, I must get back to work.
Are you all right? I heard the hospital has been attacked.
I'm okay. I don't think anyone's hurt. But we haven't heard from Dr. Swansea.
Do you think he's been taken then?
Yes. There's been shouts in his office, and then these brutes left the hospital without a word.
Good. I finally got them all.
Liar! Snake! I had proved my value. I could have done so much more.
Where's arrogance? Taking the easy way out? Always, always. What? I wanted to follow up on something and I kind of forgot what it was. So that's something. But yeah, what episode of Dororo are you in? It wasn't that. Do you know? 11, maybe 12. Okay, okay. Halfway. Right. You don't need all these abilities. Plus none. That's interesting. Hmm. It absorbs more hits. I think so. None of the other shit matters to me, really. Can I turn everywhere hostile now? Was everywhere hostile? Level 50. Yeah, so I guess I wasn't completely off when I said I was going to be a week or two of work to record the game, huh? Since the estimation was 5 sessions. Bayonetta 3.
Those bastards. What have they done to Edgar? Looks like he's wounded. I better follow the blood.
Yeah, I don't know if this person is getting any other voice acting jobs.
Taking the credit for Edgar's abduction. They really mean business.
This might be career suicide. Let me try. This seems like a boss fight.
Ultraviolet curtains and orichalcum powder. Dr. Swansea's always been a resourceful bastard. I bet he never told you he had this installed in case of a vampire attack. Says a lot about how much he trusts you.
What have you done with Edgar?
Don't worry. We don't kill humans. Even if your friend is deserving of a little punishment for one.
What are you talking about?
We know everything. Swansea and you created this bloody epidemic. You aim to unleash another disaster just like William Marshall did.
No, I'm trying to put an end to it. Just like you are.
You're its progeny, aren't you? Where is the monster hiding? It's still in England, isn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Jeffrey, please listen to me.
No tricks. That shit won't work on me. We've found proof in the theater. Doris Fletcher was your first experiment. Now where is Marshall? Speak! So much for modern technology. Time for the tried and true. Do you know what this is, Beast? This is a drop of King Arthur's blood. The blood of a true defender of Britain.
How dare you?
Than your evil powers.
And how dare you throw it away?
Ridiculous. We're losing precious time.
True enough. Soon I'll bring your head before your coward of a father.
You will respect my
This
waifu.
bite is useless on me. I know. It hurts. The blood of a true defender of this land will protect me. Freewind prevails! We are the guardian of justice. Priwen shall prevail.
You can't accept the fact we're not enemies, can you?
We always have been, and we always will be. Of all the evils that threaten mankind, your kind are the worst.
I was only reborn for a few minutes before you and your men hunted me down like a beast.
You were only reborn for a few minutes, and you'd already taken the life of an innocent woman.
There is no way you'll
Fair
ever
point.
let me be, McCullum. You'll always hunt me down, won't you?
There is no escape, Leech. Kill me now, for there is no way you can sway me to your ideals.
That's where you're mistaken.
What do you mean?
I can turn him.
I'll make you a vampire. I'll make you one of us.
No! Kill me!
Prepare yourself, Hunter. You're about to be hunted, just like me.
No! No!
When I kissed my own goodbye, I had no idea what I was doing. But now I do. Consider this my kiss of Judas.
You know, that's not really a kiss. You would say that if you were in school and you wanted to tell your mates that you kissed some girl.
Welcome to the world through the looking glass.
He doesn't even stay there to see if he turns or dies. Finally, a nice choice. Whoa. How many people are left? 2. Hey, I didn't kill them all. They automatically die when you sleep.
There's one of them. Watch yourselves. There's one of them. Roll back.
If you kill enough to turn the district hostile, then they'll just die. You either need to kill them all in one go, or they die. By the way, I don't know if I thanked you. Thanks for the help with the game. I don't think I did thank you. Now we know what the next stream is going to be. Low-key hate myself. No. I really thought the game had Saber.
It ain't human! Kill it!
But now I like Shiki as well.
Water. As long as it's not holy water, I may find some use for it.
It doesn't have a story mode, it's probably like an hour of game. Like the one I streamed with our mono characters.
Don't you know better? I don't care!
Now there's only one people left. Why? This game has lots of missable shit though.
Done.
This is That's it. Only one person left. You don't even level up more than 50. Even if you could. My plant. How many days do I need to sleep? There.
It's alive. It's alive. And it needs a name. I shall call you Lisa.
And life is strange. Who knew that was a reference? Give us a little sugar. Now I can use the front door.
So Prewen never left Doris's theater after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
Get close. There's one of them vermin! Stay close, guys. I'll take it.
Itadakimasu.
I cannot enter. Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
Wasn't she a disaster already?
Step away, sir. Stop that!
It's locked, all right. Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind.
The King of Knights.
Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me? Jonathan, is it really you? Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here. Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say? Edgar, what happened? They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Jeffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
I put him in a somewhat delicate position when I made him an immortal.
Really? You sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
Of course.
I think you're hiding something, Edgar.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I
cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession. Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of
Hey, Cyan,
McCollum's
how are you?
findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
So Cyan, if I don't let the game update and just install from the disk, which I own, the trophy for not embracing any citizens is attainable in one playthrough in story mode. That's a patch that they did. That is interesting. Story mode didn't exist at first. No, it did. That's why. That's otherwise it wouldn't even be a thing. The trophy, not even once, is no longer obtainable in story mode. We can be a man and do it not in story mode. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to do two playthroughs.
Full of hatred and festering anger.
I don't want to do another playthrough.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was
No,
Harriet
another.
Jones's daughter.
A third.
They exhibited the same symptoms. Blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theatre. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum?
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
Hey, Ruben.
How dare you judge me? Must I name the alarming list of your victims?
We are both deceivers. But at least I know I'm a monster.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Alarming list of victims. Dude was calling him out. Yeah, I wonder if he would say the same if I was doing my peaceful run. I'm doing good, doing good. It would be interesting. So new PS4 Pro controller? Yes. That is a lot of money.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
Enough!
Interesting. Where's the notebook?
It's locked, all right.
Holy. Yeah, you really need a walkthrough to platinum this. You started the new Plague Tale game. You enjoying it? Perfectly, it's very beautiful. You have the opportunity to play it. You like it? I do want to play it, but I don't plan on buying anything for a while. On Xbox Game Pass. Definitely not planning on buying time in Xbox Game Pass. It's €1 saving? Wow. That's a whole... I have a minus
So
2000
Jones became
XP.
the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
Crush the leech, boys!
You went negative XP? Yeah. Because I have to sacrifice XP to turn them. I didn't have enough on me, so it's minus. It's negative. Now it's adding to 0. I was actually curious if the game wouldn't allow you to do it if you didn't have enough XP, like transient, or because otherwise it would have to remove some skills you have. I guess the negative XP route is the smartest thing to do it. I didn't expect it, but it's the smartest way to do it. I would have drained him, not given him vampirism. I have so much XP already. I thought I would see how it was to turn him into a vampire. Because I definitely won't be able to spare any XP when I'm doing a not story mode run.
What good fortune brings you back to me, Jonathan? What is it, my dear?
I'm afraid it's bad news, Elizabeth. The worst, actually.
Please, speak up.
Edgar is no longer in McCullum's grasp. I resolved that matter.
Where is our good friend now? Is he well?
Of a sort. His injuries were mortal. I had no choice but to make him one of us. To save him. Or to punish him.
To punish him? I fail to understand. And what is the source of this cold tone in your voice?
Edgar Swansea was responsible for the Skull epidemic, Elizabeth. It was he who unleashed the deadly scourge upon London.
What? Are you certain? This is the most terrible accusation of all.
He confessed everything to me. He sought to cure the disease, to exploit vampire blood to stop the epidemic. But he unwittingly gave birth to a catastrophe.
All those poor victims. How could he do it? What happened?
Edgar gave no heed to ethics. His theory could have been proven to be correct, but he abused the confidence of his patients to test it.
I must say I'm shocked, Jonathan. Who would have thought it? And the poor patient. Let me guess. It was Harriet Jones, was it not?
Yes. That explains how Doris Fletcher was infected, and how she became an Icor. She secretly visited her mother at Pembroke.
Then we have no choice. We must act quickly, Jonathan. We must return to the sewers and put an end to the threat poor Harriet embodies.
I have one more matter to discuss with you. Harriet Jones was the primary case, but do you know what a healthy carrier is?
There is a tone in your voice that frightens me, Jonathan. What are you trying to say?
It was your blood Edgar used for his experiment on Harriet Jones.
What? No. No. This can't be. Oh.
Elizabeth, are you all right?
No, I have to go.
What do you mean?
Leave me alone. Save the city, Jonathan. Save what can be saved.
Elizabeth, I need answers. Why did your blood
Stay
cause
away
this?
from me. Please. I swear I never was your
Wait!
enemy.
No! Elizabeth!
It is time to save my city. I haven't failed it yet. The other guy has. What city? London? The city still stands.
Now would be a good time to blend the recipe Marshall used when he fought the disaster. I think I know where to find what I need. Whose blood is purer than that of William Marshall?
London vampires are so weak.
Sir, you are not welcome here.
Hey, I didn't want any innocent bystanders to be caught in this dispute. I gave them a peaceful end with a little necking.
I'm still persona non grata in the Ascalon Club. If I want to speak with Lord Redgrave, I'll have to improvise.
You.
Just take what I want. Why wouldn't I just take it? Why do I need to go looking?
Good evening, Lord Redgrave.
What are you doing here, traitor? I shall smite you for this audacity.
I'm not here to bicker,
Try.
Lord Redgrave. I can put an end to this epidemic, but I need your assistance to do so.
All is already lost. The city verges on collapse. The epidemic has spread so widely. Disgusting scales are everywhere.
The epidemic could be stemmed if I destroy the original carrier. England can be saved, but only with Marshall's blood.
The blood of William Marshall? Of my maker? Are you mad? This blood is the purest of all. My maker proffered it to me on the battlefield. I cannot hand it to you.
Stop this farce. Marshall never was your maker. I have no idea how you acquired his blood, but I need it now.
I see. Well, in that case, given the gravity of the situation, I suppose I can spare you a drop.
Thank you, my lord.
If you manage to save this city, you'll prove yourself a veritable servant of the crown. So Godspeed, Dr. Reed. Our fate lies wholly in your hands.
That's it?
You again?
I have a few...
You hold in that vial the most sacred blood.
Sure. Don't even need to fight him. That's unfortunate. Would be funny if he was like the easiest boss in the game. I violated my oath. How so? Did I leave any sick unattended?
It's a leech! Kill it! Oh my God! I shall There's one of them vermin!
Why am I not able to do it here? There are no patients anymore. The Kirkovian method to dealing with patients. The Where's Dr. Swansea? I believe there's already a Dr. Death that has actually made way more victims than I have. Doctor Bloodlines. I mean, I guess. Not completely bad.
It's locked.
There was a wrestler slash football star that was called Dr. Death. Oh, I'm only familiar with the serial killer. I think it's Harold Ship. Okay. Dr. D. Never won in a game. Either have
I
I.
cannot use garlic, but there may be a substitute in the Pembroke Hospital drug storage.
This is no place for you, sir.
You guys here.
Best be on your way,
Mother, thank you for the rain. How are you? Oh shit. These guys attack me when I'm looking at chat. That is just not gentlemanly behavior. Hello, Money Kuroma. How are you? Art, never heard of it. Remember Art? How was your stream? What were you doing? Well, besides Art. Were you drawing something? Give me some sugar. Game seems tense. Yeah, it's a little Victorian horror vampire tale. Ambience pretty good. Search for garlics to protect me. I'm the vampire. Why would I want garlic? Drew banana. Oh no, eat any scene. Huh? Any something? Oh we. Okay, you'll be lurking. Okay. Have a good. Sorry, no worries. But vampires do not like garlic. I'm actually looking for insulin to avoid using garlic. Because I need to create an antidote for a pandemic or an epidemic. Are you not familiar with this game, Monic? Is it money? Not really. Are you familiar with Life is Strange? Yes. This is from the same people who made Life is Strange. Not what I want. Okay. Need one ingredients? Hello Thro, how are you? I need the blood of a saint, which I already have. King Arthur's blood? And, some insulin, I guess. Find insulin in the... Why would the morgue have insulin, by the way? People are already dead. These guys were going through my Steam library before. There are enemies here. Let's see what you have in store for us. Well, probably nothing from there, because that would require me to play on PC. And for that, games on PC would need to work. But hey, we made the, or Arians made the one game that mattered work, so we're good. Just remember when I play it that you can thank Arrogance. Hello, game. A little direction would be amazing. Yes, there is direction. Just didn't pay attention.
Much more efficient than garlic against blood poisoning and sepsis, and much less dangerous for me. Thank you, Dr. Polescu.
Oh, these vampire hunters suck. I take 3 more steps and then here's the vampire. Oh, anyway, we should be close to beating this, right? Hello, did you see the development on the Bayonetta 3 thing? He's in the cemetery. You have funny game on Steam. What funny game? Like any funny game? I have Poop Slinger, does it count? Poop Slinger. It's about throwing. The game is like people are passing on the street and you throw poop at them. It was a gift from a viewer. I actually streamed it, yes.
I have this thirst for blood.
Details on the clothes, so cool. Yeah, the game is really cool. It has a lot of potential that I think wasn't realized completely, but I like the game. It's Splatoon with poo. No, because you don't control the character. You just swing the poo. Technically, it is Splatoon. But yeah, I think the people who were like calling to boycott the game were really rushing into it without knowing the full story. But they really presented the receipts with the contracts and all that stuff, so fun. Someone just committed career suicide. For nothing. For no reason.
If McCullum really drank the blood of King Arthur, then I may have found another vital ingredient for my recipe.
Hey, look at all the people I've killed. I really made this cemetery so beautiful, guys. And you say I'm a monster. Yeah, that's true. 8 years away from working is a lot of time. Made a beautiful cemetery. Yeah. We friends now? Alright, sir.
Good evening, vampire hunter.
Found it the most cringe thing I've seen on the internet? Yes, it's this channel. You can transform others into vampires. So, like Life is Strange, this has not many. It has less choices than Life is Strange. But yes, this guy that I'm talking to right now, that I just started a conversation with, I turned him into a vampire. I could have killed him. I chose to turn him into a vampire. Plague Tale opening was awesome. Scourges set a great tone. Game seems great so far. Bad news, 30 FPS. I'll get over it, but it's been a usually distracting bummer. Can't unsee it now that I'm used to 60. Yeah, I don't think I would care. I'm very curious for Plague Tale. I'm happy it's getting such great reviews. The first Plague Tale was such a great game. I expected to love it, but I really loved it.
Are you here to mock me, Reed?
Not at all, McCullum. I am here because I need you.
Really? I'm intrigued.
Game of the Year this year? That's Elden
I need
Ring.
the blood of a king. The blood of Arthur. I'm certain you possess it, and I must have it.
The guard's most sacred and precious relic. Why would you? You found Marshall's memoirs. I should have destroyed that book.
I need the antidote to save this city, McCullum.
It is within me to take your words as truth. I want to, but I must know more. What precisely are your plans?
Axel's never won it big. Yes, but it never sold like Elden Ring did. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I like the cinematic feel of the 30 frames. It depends on the gameplay. I understand for something like Call of Duty, you need 60 FPS, but does Plague Tale really need you to... Does it really need it? Sekiro one? Huh? That's right, that's right. What's not a thing? The cinematic feel? I don't know. I don't think the writer contributed that much. It was good for marketing, I guess.
I have found the carrier, McCullum. The infection's source. It may be science or some supernatural power that's responsible for all this. But I will harness either or both to end the epidemic.
A vampire doctor. My God, you're a terrifying creature. Jonathan Emmett Reed.
Do you not understand? We wanted the same thing from the outset. A means to end this vampire epidemic.
Not enemies. Maybe that is so. Take it then. I see no other hope for this city. If this is some trick, you will be damned, Dr. Reed.
I did good. He became my friend.
Thank you. Can we speak more?
Indeed. Why not?
Why are you here?
The man who raised me after the brutal murder of my parents. He's buried here.
It's not a deal breaker for you. However, when I'm trying to be immersed, my eyes and brain are constantly like, why is this so not right? I guess I'll have an even more better opinion, more better, when I play the Order.
And who was this man?
Carl Eldritch. One-time leader of Prewin. He killed my father in front of me. Helped me hunt my brother Ain after teaching me how to kill leeches.
Were both your parents killed by vampires?
Yes. And yet worse. My father returned to Dublin a vampire and tore out my mother's throat.
Fun.
How are you adapting to immortality?
I feel so powerful it gives me shivers. I could be the greatest vampire hunter ever. Your worst nightmare, in truth.
Will you hunt me down?
You're a vicious beast, Reed. Perhaps the city needs you at this time. But I shall not forget what you did.
Will you leave the guard now that you are what you are?
Are we not creatures of deceit? I could hide my nature from my men, or name a successor. Go my own way. I know not yet my path.
Can a vampire really hide amongst vampire hunters? I think Origins got a lot of negativity because it had so many bugs, and they were like, "Oh, we're not fixing the bugs on PC because we have DLC to put out."
Farewell, my progeny.
But
stretch your luck.
Like every PC game, some people have a good experience with it. Some people can't even play it. Yeah, all of them were bad on PC, but on Origins they were like, yeah, no, we're not fixing it because the DLC schedule, guys. It's legit just a Batman game. Shame it never came to PS4 or 5. Night was a nightmare on PC. You have mods on PC to fix it? Yes. Have the players work instead of the developers who get the money. Find the hideout? Any hideout? I hate the expression lazy devs, but I don't even think it's laziness. It's just they were contracted to do a job, and bug fixing is not on the time frame. On the timetable. Yeah, and it really shows how WB Montreal has been underserved compared to Rocksteady. It's happened time and time again. And it's happening... It seems to be happening again with the public turning a little on Gotham Knights. Have they accused the Series S, or are people just saying it? Because you can just put a patch out. Look. Yeah, I think it's a cop-out too. If you install a PlayStation game, a PlayStation 4 game, on a PS4 Pro, you have more options. Yes? Like, if I always had a base PS4. And I always played everything there. And some stuff was grayed out in the menu. So, what? The Series S is preventing you from doing things properly? Tickets? There are no tickets, but there are potatoes. If you click on the little potato in the bottom. We have chat points now on Twitch, so I don't think it's useful to have the other stuff. serum created by following the tier of Angel's recipe with insulin instead of garlic to enhance protection against disasters and infection. Just a bummer. 30 FPS max should not be a thing this gen. Yeah, I totally understand if the Series S is 30 FPS max, but yeah, it shouldn't be a nice. Why and like this? Why can't I recycle just all in one go? Recycle all. At least all of a kind.
The blend seems stable. Time to go and find Harriet in the sewers.
Yeah, there's just some stuff that's no longer acceptable. Series S managed Cyberpunk the best on the consoles before the next gen patch. Did it? Yeah, exactly. Like we were doing performance and graphics and customization is coming to consoles at this point. Like that just shows how poorly optimized that game was, Arrogance. At the worst console is playing it the best is just like, what? They really did a number on that game. Remind me, have you played Alan Wake? The truth is, all that shit is available under the hood and just hidden because it has to run on potato PCs or people will turn on settings, just like a performance mode preset. Yeah. So thinking Gotham Knights might be a mess on PC based off the player's hardware. It always is. You never got to it? Okay. Because I bought it. That's why I'm asking. Is that something you would be opposed to watching? Console players just want it to work? Yes, and yet... Watch it? Already watched some of it? Okay. Ah, excuse me, lady. Yeah, for example, Arkham Knight was famously running worse on high-end PCs. It ran better on potato hardware. If you had like the best graphics card of one specific brand, it worked like shit. Some very creative development. I don't know. Maybe the graphics card is trying to get more out of the game than the game has to offer. It's like your personal trainer telling you to run more, but that's all you can run. So it needs to install it on a Game Boy and see if it runs like a game from future generation. Probably. Exactly, Arrogance, exactly. So this game ends in the sewers. The best place for any video game to end. You can play God of War PS2 on Xbox. A cracked Xbox and an emulator, sure. Also play Gran Turismo 2 on Dreamcast. Elaine Warren's in the sewer. Spoil. How dare you, sir? That was my next game. Back to the game. I'll be lurking. Enjoy the sucking. I will. Thank you, sir. It's based on a real life story. Elmore has the Black Dahlia case, right?
This place has been ransacked. Where has Harriet gone? She must have left a trail I could follow.
Fun fact, my dad accidentally cut off the tip of his finger while I was playing Alien War. That game will always be tightened a bit by mine. I think you forgot the quotes. Fun fact? You know what's really fun? My dad cut off the tip of his finger. I'm sure he wouldn't describe it as a fun fact. Well, so you got some real blood to accompany the crime solving. X stood out. Yes. I mean, he's fine, it's a decade later, it's not that traumatic at this point. It depends on if you saw, like, how much of the finger was it? And if you saw it squish blood. When you see blood squish out, then it's traumatic. Didn't see it, it was like the top inch or so. That's still a lot. Was it reattached? Nah, he was like, I don't need it. Don't remember what happened to it. As long as it wasn't pepperoni pizza the next day for dinner. Fuck. Oh boy. I think the biggest wound I ever saw was once my mom and we were all as a family cutting a bunch of palettes. I think that's still the word in English. with a chainsaw, and someone reached for like a great grandmother, a great grand aunt. I had reached for a part of the wood and didn't realize that my mom was removing the chainsaw, and it wasn't going at full speed, but it was still slowing down. And my mom cut her hand like this much. Like she got cut like this much in her hand with a chainsaw that was still slowing down. It was a bit. It was a lot of stitches. Yeah, my mom felt. I don't know. She felt so bad for ages, but it wasn't her fault. She handled it safely. The other person put a hand where she should.
They've all been slaughtered. Pre-one? No, not their style.
She have full use of the hand afterwards? Yeah. She mostly could use it, I think. It wasn't very... It looked awful, but it wasn't as bad as it looked.
Damn. If I'd come earlier, they would still be alive.
Like her bone wasn't cut because it was really just slowing down already. It's not like you're being cut with a chainsaw at full speed. Yeah, she was an awful person anyway. She's dead, but she was an awful person anyway. So who cares? The worst person I've ever met, actually.
Take not a step further, child, for you are unprepared.
You, at last.
I've talked about this person before, I think.
Your face again. Step away. We have nothing to discuss.
Desist, child. You cannot confront the monstrosity unleashed upon this land without due preparation. I shall not allow it.
All right. But no more riddles. Enough of the obscure songs and prophecies. I ask questions, and you answer them.
My words have been as clear as crystal lakes, my child. You seem unwilling to drink, to listen, to learn.
No, yeah, no. The person my mom cut was the worst person I've ever met. My mom felt bad for a long time. She doesn't anymore. Now we laugh about it. Because at that time she didn't know yet how awful that person was. But it's one of those really fucking toxic people that just destroy your life. I maintain that my parents would still be together if that person did not exist. No, it's a great aunt. So it's my grandfather's sister. Getting too dark in there for me. Back to the light that is Plague Tale. Yeah, enjoy it, sir. I bet it'll be amazing.
Why did you choose me?
Only you could provide a modern, scientific answer to this ancient, mystical threat.
Good clip. I'm not opening it, but good clip.
What kind of modern answer?
Disease, contagion, and contamination. How they course through veins is your dominion, my child. Your choices have made you. Only you can save this land.
Speak to me of this ancient threat.
The blood of hate. Vessel of the wrath of the goddess. When she awakens, a disaster will be born into this world, for she is hunger and anger.
Yeah, and I got like that game I played with the RTS with the purifier and like in the Apocalypse. Remember that? That was a paid promotion. I got like 11 parts of that stream muted because those assholes don't control their own songs.
What is your true appearance?
I do not understand. This is who I am.
Huh? Really?
Blood? You are made of blood. Surely you are joking.
Why would I? And no, I'm not made of blood. I am blood. Blood is what I am since my birth and for eternity.
Interesting.
But who are you really? Tell me your name.
I am your maker. I am the servant of the Red Goddess and protector of this land. I have many names.
Just give me one, then.
There are those who call me Merdin Wild, the Wild Horned Man. But I never was a man. I was born out of blood.
Yeah, I actually told them about it. And they were like, oh, really? That shouldn't happen. Oh. Fuck me. If it was a strike, I would care. If it's just getting muted. Fuck it. I'll just delete your VOD sooner.
I'm here to stop Harriet Jones. She is the original carrier. The well from which this corruption flows.
I have heard you, but be wary. Harriet Jones's mind is no more. She has metamorphosed into an apocalypse. Born from, drenched in, and driven by the blood of hate.
What is the blood of hate?
It is the curse of the goddess. It is the hunger in you, the need for blood, the will to strike and to punish, to spit in the eye of God.
Tell me about this disaster, creature. I know London fell victim to such a thing in 1666.
A disaster is pure anger born through blood. Its name means bad star, for they only appear when our queen unleashes her unquenchable wrath upon the world.
And who is this queen?
She is the Red Goddess, the Queen of Blood. In my youth, 100 lifetimes ago, she was worshipped as the Morrigan. She is my mother. She is yours, too.
The Morrigan? The Celtic goddess of war? Is this a ruse of some kind?
She has been worshipped in many forms throughout the ages. The true nature of the Red Queen is beyond your comprehension, eluding even mine. But know this. She is a vengeful mother.
We are cutting deep here. By the way, I can hear the wind outside. If the stream goes down by any happening, you know that I got a power cut.
So the disaster is some sort of accident. A disease.
Yes, you can panic.
Vampires carry dormant in their blood, waiting to emerge.
That's your modern answer. But a disaster is at the same time both less and more.
Tell me what it is then, in your own words.
A disaster is the pure will of our queen. Whenever she dreams of walking this earth, she awakes in this putrid vessel.
I only wish to know how to put an end to this epidemic.
To perform an act so noble, you must protect yourself from its poisonous kiss, my child.
I know. McCullum used such a serum when trying to kill me. However, I have produced a more efficacious version of the antidote.
Your final task awaits you at the end of these tunnels. I've known for ages you were worthy of this challenge, my champion, Bittersweet.
You know, the worst thing about becoming a vampire is that you can't do garlic mayo anymore. That sucks. How will you enjoy French fries?
Will it be over then? Once I've defeated this creature?
Yes. The threat will dissipate like so much smoke, for you will have purified its source.
And then what? What will become of me?
How would I know? I am no god, and your fate is in your own hands. For you are our champion.
I don't like ketchup. I don't know. And garlic butter too. Like, really? That's the best kind of butter.
What will happen thereafter? What future awaits me beyond these dark tunnels?
Your fate, my child, and the fate of this land. A disaster is about to enter this world to smite us all and teach us humility. You are our final hope.
Not a fan of smushed tomato sugar. No, not really. I've used it for cooking just to not throw it away, but I don't consume it otherwise.
You tricked me. My sister died for your schemes. I have brought suffering and tragedy into this world. I am not, nor will I ever be your champion.
Very soon you'll come to know that sacrifice is sometimes necessary. I understand the grudge a child bears towards his father and mother. Be brave, my child.
Anything here I can pick up? Can they use garlic, Junior? The best filler Dragon Ball villain. No, not the best. But what, top 3?
Oh, I'm sick. So sick.
You're
Doctor,
beautiful.
help me, please. I'm in such pain.
I'll be glad to be of assistance.
Ah, like your help, Doris. Liars, all of you.
It's a BOW, yeah.
My poor baby. I've been such a bad mother. But the Queen herself forgave me. Gave me another chance.
Harriet, you must stop all of this. I can't let you infect anyone else.
How dare you interfere with the Red Queen's plans, Doctor? How can you stop the course of nature?
I was about to open the menu to see if I needed to use that.
I've been alone all
She dead already? This difficulty mode really is a joke.
Is it rough? I think it is.
She became hot! What's going on?
How irredeemably are you all going to suffer now?
The Red Queen. That's from Resident Evil too. Honey?
Such innocence! Such guilt!
Hey! No gang squad. The gang squad is because I can't drink blood from her. Makes sense.
No one could ever defeat you, mother of us all, for you are our every root and leaf.
You've always been my most amusing son.
Then go back to sleep, my queen, and smile at us from your dreams.
Did they feel my wrath? Have they suffered enough?
More than ever, mother of us all.
Until the next time.
Until the next time.
Johnny.
So it's over then, young Ekon. You have put an end to this terrible menace.
Old Bridget? What are you doing here?
This is my realm, Ekon. This is Suaskull territory.
But they were all massacred by the monstrosity that Harriet became.
Others will come, engendered by deceitful vampires. I don't mean you, of course.
I thought you'd been slaughtered, with all the other Suaskulls.
I was up above, in search of help when Harriet suddenly turned into that thing. I have no idea what it was.
It's over. I have avenged my poor Mary.
Yes, you prevailed in the end. I hope you'll forgive me for the way I treated you when first you presented yourself at our gate.
No need to apologize, really.
Perhaps there will be no stories told or songs sung of what happened here today. but I'll know the truth. Jonathan Reed, newborn vampire, stepped forward and saved us all.
I'm honored to be part of this city's legend. Thank you, old Bridget. May I ask you just one question?
How could I refuse you anything now? I'll answer just as I answered Lady Ashbury when we met a few nights ago.
Who are you? Really?
I was born with the name Bridget Eleanor Wellington. In 1738, my beloved and immortal husband decided to preserve my beauty and youth forever by making me drink his blood.
You were Lord Redgrave's wife. Then the pompous fool rejected you, did he not?
It was about 200 years ago. Peace found me in time. And I sincerely hope it will find you too, now that all is over.
No, it's not over. I may have ended the vampire epidemic, but I still need answers from the woman I love.
I feared you would say that. Go then, young Ekon, and face your fate. Just remember that I'll always be here for you.
London has been cleansed. This catastrophe came about when an ancient malignant will crossed paths with mortal imprudence. For now, we are safe. For now. My craving for blood remains. Red like hate, red like hunger, red as life and death, passing from one immortal to another, from predator to victim, patiently biding its time to rise again. London has been cleansed for now, but there's a simmering hatred, fear, and old grudges. When will we succumb, mortals and immortals alike? The next disaster is only a matter of time. My only hope now is to catch the woman I love, to understand why she fled, and unmask the secret that has been lurking in her blood for so long.
Is that a plague tale? There's a little sunlight.
Well, this is it. Lady Ashbury's domain. Why am I not surprised it's not on any maps? I'd better hurry.
What the actual fuck?
Beautiful morn, my child. It looks like dawn is here at long last.
Can't you just leave me alone? Your precious queen has been sent back to the bottomless pit from whence she came. The nightmare is almost over.
I am here to say goodbye. The sun's warmth exhausts me. Soon I will rejoin my queen in her endless sleep. It is over. You did well.
So our beloved mother will just go back to sleep, now that enough people have suffered. Is that it?
No, Jonathan. The Morrigan has been appeased because you dared confront her. You have prevailed, my bittersweet champion.
And what are you to her? Her counterpart? Her opponent in some timeless game?
She is my mother. My dreadful and sour-tempered mother. She is yours too, in a way, but you are not born from her terrible womb like me. You are but a distant child.
What does she seek? Revenge? Retribution?
She seeks nothing, since she only dreams of it. In the ancient tongue, when I was young, her name meant Ghostly Queen. Pray she never fully awakens, for her wrath knows no bounds.
What is she mad about?
Why did Harriet Jones become a disaster?
You are the doctor. You hold the knowledge needed to answer such a question. Have you the answer?
I noticed that all the Icors were female, as if a male couldn't endure the metamorphosis. Harriet was also a bitter and resentful woman, as was her daughter.
If the Morrigan prefers despoiled women to become the vessels of her wrath, we should be thankful that but one disaster hath been cast upon this wobbling world.
Icors seem to carry various diseases. They did not merely turn people into skulls. Their presence alone spreads death.
Who knows whether the Red Queen awakens when cursed mortals endure such epidemics, or if the contagions emerge like a curse as she awakes.
This is not over. I am here to find the true origin of the blood of hate.
'Tis unwise to interfere with a tale rooted so deeply in the suffering of others.
What will happen to Ascalon? Will you let them run the country from the shadows?
I don't interfere with petty political intrigues. Ascalon was built upon the lie of a lineage. Such a deceit cannot last forever.
But Lord Redgrave definitely possessed Marshall's blood. Untainted blood from the greatest vampire knight.
Really? I wonder how he managed to acquire it. Perhaps I should retrieve this artifact before going back to sleep.
What will become of the vampire hunters?
In their leader, you now have a spy behind enemy lines. By guiding your progeny, you may yet protect your immortal friends for some time to come. If you dare.
What will become of the Brotherhood?
I foresee trouble for them now that your progeny considers becoming the new primate.
Edgar? Are you serious?
In a manner, you opened the way for him by slaying Usher Talltree. Clever if you had planned it, but a mistake most sinister if you did not.
I know nothing about this.
No. I must know why Elizabeth fled here when I discovered she was the original healthy carrier.
No, she is not what you say she is. That is a secret you will discover soon enough.
And you? Why are you here? Which new thread of which old twisted plan are you seeking to pull now? Tell me the truth.
I am just here to salute my sons, and to bid them fare thee well.
Your sons? Plural? My God, will you ever stop speaking in riddles?
Perhaps I am too old for your spoken language. Perhaps you now have so many subtle words you no longer hear the simplest ones.
Who are your sons? Why do you bid them farewell now?
You are my son, as is William Marshall.
So that is all we are to you? Puppets you create to defeat some threat born from a dreaming devil?
No. You are my sons. I am proud of you. I mourn when you fail.
This is madness. How many have you created? Who else? Shakespeare? Isaac Newton? Alfred the Great? Francis Drake? Thomas More? Guy Fawkes?
My progeny is scarce, for I rarely feel the urge to protect this land anymore. But yes, one of those you named is your immortal brother. Maybe you shall meet one night.
Let's hope it's Francis Drake.
When he fought me, Geoffrey McCullum used a serum made of King Arthur's blood. Since then, I have discovered that it was vampire blood. Whose blood was it?
You just said it. It was the blood of a king. The blood of the champion I chose to save this land in its time of greatest peril.
King Arthur was also your progeny. Why am I not surprised?
Yes, he was. But he failed in the end. And for centuries the land suffered his defeat.
What do you mean he? King Arthur is a woman! Everyone knows that! This guy telling you his life story? Did he even offer dinner? No. And he's made of blood.
Tell me about William Marshall. Why is his blood so strong?
He is not stronger than you, only older. You are strong, Jonathan Reed. A champion of your time, chosen to defeat a threat spawned of this generation.
Is he here? Is William Marshall here? Is that why you're here now, too?
Have I not already answered that question?
His blood was not tainted. The blood Lord Redgrave possessed. That which I used in the serum. But what if it had been?
Then you would have failed, I suppose. For the blood of hate would have corrupted you too.
Speak clearly then, and answer my last question.
What is it?
Did I defeat the epidemic?
Now you've found the castle, Jonathan Reed. Only you can answer that. Farewell, my child. I shall dream about you.
Hope it's not something untoward.
It's locked, all right. The castle walls look decrepit. Maybe I can find a way to sneak in.
Robin England. Mary what? Charlotte Ash. Who?
Elizabeth moved Charlotte's body here. Does she know something?
I don't know anything about this. Definitely didn't kill her. Definitely. No, I would never. Does she know? Uh-oh. I may have planned this incorrectly. Hello?
Maybe it's just my imagination, but I think I smell Elizabeth's perfume. She must be here somewhere. It's locked.
Hello? Is anyone home?
Like most castles, this one has a crypt. And it holds something special inside.
You have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ?
This castle is falling apart.
And I guess a vampire can't say that.
That sweet fragrance. Elizabeth's perfume. She was here, and recently. What are these symbols? I can feel a mechanism, but it doesn't work.
Why is his skin? His skin is painted in grayscale. Or he's a vampire. One or the other. Hey, I know that guy.
What did Elizabeth discard here? The painting or the model? This painting looks suspicious. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Ah, is that the final boss fighting Gandalf? Oh no, he has a shield. It's probably Saber.
A sword and a moon are the symbols I should look for.
You wouldn't do magic. Yes, Gandalf definitely wouldn't do magic.
I have this thirst for blood.
She's been painted by Van Gogh.
one last switch, and... voila.
Galadriel is kind of cute, not gonna lie. There are no hobbits in Rings of Power, are there? There are. They can't call the halflings hobbits, why not?
Drop your sword, Father. You have nothing to be afraid of.
Shall we abandon this then? Shall we lower our heads?
No, never. You taught me that.
Blood is approaching. Old but young. How strange. Shall I drink it? Smite it?
No, Father. He is a friend. Please, rest. I'll take care of it.
Caution, Elizabeth. Deceit runs through these veins.
I know, Father.
The vampire is wearing a cross.
Is this really him?
Yes. This is William Marshall, 1st Earl of Pembroke, servant of 5 mortal kings, former regent and savior of England. The greatest knight who ever lived, according to some.
And you called him father?
For he gave me eternal life, and much more.
I have so many questions, Elizabeth.
You always had questions, Dr. Reed.
Now that I stand before you both, in this vault, I know not where to begin.
We still have a few minutes left.
What?
Where are we? What is this place?
This is the Ashbury estate. I inherited the title when I purchased the castle.
Is this your retreat? Something of a secret place?
It's more of a sanctuary, really. This is where I take care of my father. Ever since he became unwell.
Are you not afraid someone might discover you here? It's not that hard to find.
Do not assume that I would hesitate to silence anyone who tried to reveal my secret. Fortunately, it has rarely come to that.
Might be a right thing, and there's a main halfling that it kinda has Frodo's features. And it doesn't feel like a rethread.
Why did you flee here?
When you told me I was the healthy carrier, I had nowhere else to go.
You mean you had to return to the real source of this scourge?
Yes, to end it once and for all.
Will you go back to London?
No, Jonathan. I do not intend to.
But you had your whole life there.
Not anymore. Especially after my dear Charlotte was murdered.
Oh, I wonder how that happened.
I have destroyed the disaster, this creature that Harriet Jones had become. The epidemic is no more, and London will recover. In time.
No. London is doomed. The East End, Whitechapel, the West End. So many districts gone. and soon the whole country will follow.
This city has been rotten to the core for so long. If it wasn't this plague, it would have been wiped out by another catastrophe.
I cannot bear knowing I was the cause of all this, through the use of my own blood.
No. This catastrophe was the result of unethical experimentation, and the will of a creature so inexplicably evil, she exceeds all the terrible wonders I have seen since my death.
But it was my blood all along. My corrupted blood of hate. The poisoned blood of my father. A healthy carrier. That's all I am.
We could cure him.
It's too late. The blood of hate has run for too long. The antidote would not work on him. I tried. Believe me, I tried.
Why are you hiding William Marshall here?
How could I not take care of him? He sacrificed himself by giving me the only dose of antidote he had.
He gave you the antidote?
Yes. And in doing so, he knew he'd have to be confined here. And yet he volunteered. That's how great a man William Marshall was. And still is.
What do you do for him?
I visit him as often as possible. I paint the landscapes he will never see again. I feed him with my blood.
You feed him? You barely sustain yourself on the weak blood of the dying, yet you give him your blood?
After he saved me from the blood rage, I swore I would never kill to feed. He said the same.
Is he dangerous?
What do you think? He is a thirsty echo who has not fed in centuries. An elder vampire, driven by an urge to kill and spread the blood of hate.
Can he communicate?
Yes. Sometimes he even seems like the noble knight who saved and raised me. But you know, the malice never fully leaves his eyes.
No redemption, then?
And yet he thinks he has been offered immortality by the angels to protect the feeble and to smite the unholy.
William Marshall infected you. He is the true, original carrier.
Yes. But he saved me by sacrificing himself.
Saved you? How?
The tears of angels. The cleansing of impure blood by an older, more powerful blood. It worked on me, did it not?
Yes. Blood is the definitive key to our species. Scars, cleansing, lineage. Do you really think it worked?
It has, Jonathan. I was nothing but a beast who took pleasure in slaughter. I roamed across Europe, reaping my bloody crop. It was the blood of hate. But my father's antidote cured me.
Who are you, really?
How could I answer that? I went through many lives and identities to reach this day. To you, I am Elizabeth Ashbury, and that's all I wish to be.
I need to know more. I want to know who you really are. Where you were born. Where you lived.
I was born Elizabeth Samantha Mary Englewood in 1551 in Hertfordshire. My parents owned a pub in Hoddesdon. Are you satisfied?
How did you meet William Marshall?
He was an Ekon for centuries when he found me. He saved me from certain death by making me his progeny.
Why did he choose you?
You should ask him that.
Did you ever blame him?
Not even when he was infected and bit me. He is my father. He raised me. He taught me how to behave.
What about us?
What do you mean?
You know my feelings towards you, Elizabeth. But you left without a word. So I'm worried about your feelings towards me.
I love you, Jonathan. I've loved you since the moment I saw you rescue poor Mr. Hampton in that filthy slaughterhouse, forgetting the danger as you turned your back, like the newborn fool you were.
You should have told me.
No, Jonathan. The William Marshall myth lies at the heart of so many hostile plans. I could not risk jeopardizing his safety.
So why did you come here? You knew I would follow you. I can't let you go.
Because I know now the blood of hate is still in my veins. No one but I can put an end to this tragedy.
I can help you. You can trust me, Elizabeth.
I know, Jonathan. You have been the most loyal ally these last few weeks. But this is my duty.
Would your protege agree to speak with me? I have so many questions for him.
Go on, Jonathan. But be careful.
He bites.
Yes?
Sir William. My God. You really are William Marshall. You served Richard the Lionheart and his brother, King John. It is such a privilege to meet you.
I did in my day. Come closer if you want to speak. For my hearing isn't what it used to be.
I think your hearing is fine, sir.
What is it you want then?
I found your research on the antidote. The tears of the angels. What ingredients did you use?
Once I understood what the ingredients were, I used the tears of King Richard and the pure blood of the valiant Boadicea.
King Richard and Boadicea? How did you find such relics?
It took me many years to locate their hiding place. Then I had to learn the formula. If I recall, it belonged to an ancient brotherhood. The Order of St. Paul, I believe.
And did it work?
Yes. The tears cleansed my poor Elizabeth's blackened heart. It was such a blessing to see her smile again.
I found and defeated the disaster that was threatening to smite London. You should know that the city is safe for now, Sir William.
Then may I call you brother? Did you resist its poison? Even a scratch from a beast so evil could endanger you and all those you care for.
How did you defeat it?
We fought for hours. In the end, I had to lock her in St. Paul's Cathedral and burn the building down. I wanted to be sure she was destroyed.
You also defeated one in 1666. Who was it?
She was a malicious witch who spread plague throughout the city with her army of rats. She had been hiding in a bakery in Pudding Lane for months when I finally found her.
It's all connected. With a plague tale.
The blood of hate. How does it affect you? Do you feel it now?
The blood of hate? Yes. Nothing more than a sneeze, really. A sneeze held for so long, you could blow a fortress down if you released it.
Why did Elizabeth pick up the sword? That's because she wanted to cross the street.
Can we speak about the Morrigan?
The Red Queen? What of her?
You met her did you not?
Just once, but she never ceased to sing to me. I love her song. It is a song of blood and war. I only wish she would sometimes let me rest.
Do you know who she is?
I don't want to discuss this in front of my sweet Elizabeth.
Why?
For a time, she too could hear the Red Song. The steps she danced to its melody brought pain upon the world.
I would like to ask you about vampires.
Vampires? What about them?
Considering your experience, please tell me what you know.
They are terrible creatures. I have seen and fought many in my time. Foul temptresses with sharp claws and shrieking beaks.
I have never seen such a creature. What are you talking about?
Of course you've never seen a creature like them. Vampires are deadly, swift and implacable.
Where did you encounter such creatures?
The last time I saw one was in a Celtic temple near Salisbury. A terrible and god-forsaken place full of ghosts and pestilence.
Do you remember Myrddin, your maker?
Only God is my maker, for he created everything on this earth. He blessed me with eternal life through his archangel, Michael.
But Myrddin, Michael, is a vampire. He made you a blood-sucking creature of the night.
Blood, yes. I used to drink it from the throats of the unworthy. Then I was punished for my deceit. During my penance, I rely entirely upon my sweet Elizabeth.
Tell me about Elizabeth. How was she infected?
I do not wish to discuss it.
Please, Sir William. I need to know what the blood of hate is. How is it transmitted?
After defeating the disaster in St. Paul's Cathedral, I returned to my retreat, infected. This is where my sweet Elizabeth found me, for she heard my pain from across the sea.
What happened then?
The blood of hate had twisted me into a rage-filled man. I attacked my progeny and infected her too. Forgive me, Elizabeth. I failed you.
You bit her again? Is that how she was infected with the disaster's blood? I think I understand now.
Elizabeth fled, and I fell to my knees, begging for forgiveness. I swore I would find a way to make things right.
Where is this retreat you mentioned?
In London, under Temple Church, beneath my empty tomb. I always loved to sleep there while listening to the bell above.
Did you really sacrifice yourself to save her?
That was the only righteous path. The blood of hate made me betray her. I am at peace here. I can think about what I've done and how I failed.
Man, this man could really use Netflix.
Do you not want to be cured?
No. This hunger is mine. I would feel empty without it. It has been part of me for so long. All I want is quiet. Silence.
You agreed to be confined here, then?
Yes. Once I was sure she was cured, I asked to be locked down here. I deserve it. The world needs it.
This man is a person and exists.
How How did you meet Elizabeth?
Times were tough. I had awakened to protect the land from a new plague. I heard her sing for her dead family. Singing for her death to come. I chose to save her.
When was that?
It was so long ago. A few years after Elizabeth of England and Catherine of France established their alliance against Spain.
What did you do?
I raised her as my progeny. After she left to see the world, I rebuilt her deceased parents' inn. Owned it as William Thorne for a time. Those were good years.
We could set you free. Let you out. Isn't that what you want?
I pray for the day I'll see the sky again. I have all but forgotten its colors. I could walk and do so many things beneath the stars. But I doubt it will be wise to release me.
Then will you stay here and repent?
Elizabeth told me it will not be long now. I cannot wait to feel the sweet caress of her hand on my cheek after so long, as she releases me. Has the time come?
Yes, Father.
Why not unleash me then? To see the sky a final time?
You already are the sky, and all its stars.
I'm not defeated, for I welcome the sword you bear, for it is mine.
You were never defeated, my lord. Farewell, Father. And to you also, Jonathan.
What do you mean?
I can't stand what I've become. This healthy carrier, as you put it. The flames will purify the poison that runs in my veins.
No! I won't allow this to happen.
I am death, Jonathan. Wherever I go, I can't stand it.
Just don't give your blood to anyone?
Who cares? We are vampires. We are death.
No, Jonathan. I won't bring another disaster into this world.
I can't lose you, Elizabeth. Even if it means putting the whole world at risk.
How can you say such an awful thing? Where is the Jonathan I once saved from a scowl in this abandoned factory?
I'm not that frightened man anymore. I've learned so much. Done so much.
I see. So there is nothing worth living for in this world anymore. Farewell, my love.
Farewell.
I guess that's because I'm a bad person.
One prayer for the summoned, called by this song. Child born from darkness, whose path he must find. Now the song is sung and your path chosen. England is safe, the price paid most dear. But what do you care? You are the one who keeps killing. You've chosen your path, my fallen champion, like others before you. Prey to lust and desire, slave to the everlasting thirst. My queen sleeps once again, and I'll soon join her slumber. Until alas, she rises, woken by the hunger never fed.
be here. That was a long epilogue. I guess it's not that long if you just... don't ask all the things. Well, guys, that's the playthrough everyone expected. Killing everyone, bad ending, all that good stuff. No one can say they're disappointed. This time I thought you might not murder everyone. I wasn't going to, but then I realized that I couldn't get the trophy on this difficulty mode, so might as well. I usually don't do the bad playthrough as the first playthrough. Well, you murdered everyone because of a trophy. Yep. I needed to turn every district hostile. Hey, I spared 2 people. Actually, we turned them into vampires. Anyway, what are we doing now? Playing some Melty Blood? Well, I'm sure this is going to take a while, so I'm going to take a break, and I'll be right back.